Hey everybody, this is Erica from In the Company of Cards. I wanted to do an impromptu video today. I have written my Substack article for the week. If you want to go over to Substack, it's called In the Company of Cards, and you can read for free what I've written over there. But anyway, since I've written that, um, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the election season. We're in the primary season currently. And then, moving forward, um, it's only going to get more intense. And I noticed in the news just now that Robert Massie lost his bid to hold on to his seat in Kentucky's 4th congressional district. The person who won the Republican primary is named Ed Galrein. I think that's how you say it, Gallrein, Galrein. And regardless of how his name is pronounced, he was endorsed by the felon. And there are other candidates that seem to be winning as well, felon endorsed candidates. I find this very interesting, particularly in light of the fact that the felons' poll numbers are so low. So, what's that about? So, I want to just cut right to the chase and not beat around the bush, to use two overused metaphors in one sentence. And I want to look at whether these elections that are happening now are being interfered with by Musk. Now, why am I bringing Musk up? Well, we know he was brought up before, right? As somebody who meddled with the elections. There was a Substack article I read today about one of his many baby mamas. This is Ashley St. Clair. Ashley St. Clair is the mother of that little boy that Elon always has in tow. He took him to China. He's the one that had his fingers up his nose and told the felon, "You're not the president." Remember him? Okay, well, that she's the mother of that little boy. She has been a political commentator for the right, but has seen the light and is no longer a supporter of that Trumpy cause. And she says that during the election season, the prior election season, the felon, I mean, Musk basically, as much as said to her that he, had been up to some monkey business when it came to the election. Again, I don't know if it was Starlink or whatever, but, she says I should have paid closer attention or I should have said something earlier or whatever, but I'm saying it now. I, I just think it's very odd that these people are winning. And particularly in the the instance of Massie, if you recall, Massie made his national name by being one of the biggest supporters of the Epstein files victims, the Epstein victims. So we know that the felon will do anything to keep those files out of the news, including, I don't know, starting wars. Um, so I guess what I want to ask is why are these Trumpy people winning if his poll numbers are so low? Why are they experiencing these primary wins? Now remember, it's just the primary win. So you'll have two Republicans or more running, and the felon will endorse one, and then that ends up being the one that wins. Why is that? What's going on there? And I think I'm just going to let Spirit choose all the cards. I don't want to prejudge anything. I just want to know what's going on with these. Well, no, maybe I will. I'm going to use the letter as my significator. And the letter, as you know, just stands for votes. What's up with these votes that the Republicans supported by the felon are winning. Then I want to look at, well, what does that portend for the primaries in the fall? The presidential primaries coming up in later in the year. Uh, I live in California. I'm very curious. Are we going to get two Republicans vying against each other? Because here it's the top two candidates. Doesn't matter what their party is. Um, but anyway, I just want to know, to date, what's up with these Trumpy wins in light of everything? Okay, so we're looking for the letter that will stand for votes. If you like what I do, please do share the content. People who do this work are being suppressed and they're seeing their numbers go down. So if you like what I do, spread the word. Okay, this will stand for votes. Okay. So we have the mice, the tower, the letter, the scales, and the child. Uh, I'll tell you, I do think there is some funny business going on. I can mirror this with the child. And the child for me is just like they're starting with the primaries and probably with the intention of moving their operations bigger and bigger to the general elections. But this is the erosion of something, the erosion of fair government, for one thing. I can mirror this government card with my fairness card. These two mirror each other, but it looks like fairness is consciously, purposefully being eroded. So now what I want to do is I want to look at Musk and I want to see if he is at the core of this because, you know, whatever he's doing, it's in the ether, it's in outer space. I don't know how it works. And that's kind of the point. He knows how it works. We can't find the fingerprints, right? So I want to use the older man for Musk, and I want to know, is he at the root of the felon's friends winning elections? Our only recourse, you all, is the ballot box. So, all right, we're looking specifically at Musk. And is he muddling, meddling, meddling? France, come get him, please. Okay. Is Musk and his Starlink, whatever, at play here? So we're looking for the older man. That will be Musk because he's not a young guy. I don't know how my cards got all turned around, but okay. Excuse me. Okay. So this stands now for Musk. Well, as my mother-in-law used to say, great day in the morning. Yeah, he is. He's muddling in a pretty aggressive way. This is Musk. This is the White House doing the bidding of the White House, moving their nefarious plans forward because I can mirror the snake together with the ship. Uh, this is not good. I'm gonna draw some cards for him. Yeah, I mean, here he is. This is what he's known for, right? Taking a hatchet, a machete, a scythe to government as we know it. He did go to China with the felon, you know. I'm going to pull cards on the ship. So this is their nefarious plan moving forward. Clarifiers are the rider, the anchor, and the mice. I like this. I like the mice. Here they are, you know, this is the plan that's being messaged um, to keep him in power. But I like that the mice mirrors the snake because the mice eat away at the snake. If we know what's going on now, can we maybe head this off at the pass? That is the question, though. I mean, is there the political will on the part of voters and Democrats to stop this felon in his tracks? He's stealing all our money. Now he's stealing the election again. I don't know if you've seen the articles. There's a lot of articles that have been out lately about the fact that, you know, they say Kamala, in fact, did win. You know, that there's been speculation about that for the year and a half since the election, but there's more and more proof that that the election was meddled with. So what I want to know is, you know, and I'm kind of afraid to look in a way because we know that there are bad guys on both sides, people who have their own interests at heart and not the public's in both parties. Why has Ken Martin not released the autopsy, pray tell? Why not? Why hasn't Kamala demanded in a really super public way that he release the autopsy? What's in there that he doesn't think people should have a right to see? And he's the head of the Democratic Party. Um, Trying to think how I want to ask this. Uh, I guess I guess I'll just ask this. Come fall, November, will the House and Senate flip? Will they move from Republican to Democratic? Come November, will the House and Senate flip? Okay, so we have the book, the snake, the young man, crossroads, and the star. You know, I don't like this because, okay, this is about things we don't know, bad stuff that we don't know about, bad stuff that we don't know about happening in space. Starlink, anyone? Um, Bad stuff that skews the election from where it was going to what it could go to, which means skewing it from uh, changing hands to Democratic hands to remaining in Republican hands. They are up to no good, you guys. They are up to no good. And we need to be shouting this from the rafters. This is really bad. There's no putting lipstick on this pig. I do think Musk is involved. I think it involves Project 2025 and or whatever they're calling themselves now. Because why would this man who's stealing right in front of us, he's gained billions in the last 6 months. His approval rating is in the tank. We're in this war now. I mean, I could go on about all the things that he's done, but why are the candidates that he's endorsing winning? It's because things are being rigged. So again, follow those of us who are doing this work. Some people are pulling back because it's not financially feasible for them to stay doing this as many hours in a week as they do if their viewership is going to go down and if the algorithm is going to suppress them. If you can't find me, look for me. I'll probably put Lenormand somewhere in my channel name so that it's easier to find, so that I'm the first one that pops up um, for Lenormand. But keep writing your representatives. We need to be in the streets over this, and you need to vote like our freedom and our lives depend on it because they do. There is definitely something going on. This is not normal. So anyway, I just wanted to check that one little thing, and sure enough, okay, tomorrow I will be on again with Lena, and that's at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. We call it Worldview 360. We will discuss this. We will have cards with us so that if there are questions that you have or that we feel stumped by, we may go to the cards. We generally don't, but we think we might for, a couple of questions here and there, we might go to the cards. So I invite you to join us live. I've already put the thing up, so just hit the notification bell. And I'm going to repeat again, if you have hit the notification bell and you've asked for personalized notifications, just know that that seems to be giving the algorithm permission to not show you every time I upload. So instead, just change your notification status to all, and then you will see whenever I put something up. But yeah, listen, we have to mobilize. This is not good. All right, I'll see everybody tomorrow night. Take care.